Welcome everyone, this is Elliot Hayes from Find Time. I'm just going to show you a couple of quick tricks in the way you can set up your tasks using categories to help cut through and prioritize the types of work, and also to help decide what you're going to delegate to other people. So I've got a very simple list of 6 items right here, and basically if you see it here, that's kind of how most people have it, one after the other in order of date. You can already see one there has turned red because it's overdue, and that's just a small example of what it's like for some people. They have a long list of red stuff they haven't done. First thing I'm going to suggest, if you have your Outlook tasks in front of you, and bear in mind we're on the simple list here. The second thing I want to do is I right click on the heading where it says subject, and I select what's called the field chooser, and I bring that across, and the main area I'm looking for is the one that has priority. So there's the priority field. I drag that up so that it sits there as well, and I'll just get rid of the field chooser, and you can see there's the priority section. If I click on that, it's actually in order of high, normal, and then low, and that's pretty much where people stop. The next thing I would suggest you consider in the way you set up the list is you go back up here to the heading where it says subject, and you right click and you drop down a group by box. If you just take note there, this message has appeared. Drag a column header here to group by that column. So what I do is I drag that header, not this thing down here, that won't work, but this header, and I drag it up here, and it's now got a list in order of priority. That's good. The last thing to consider doing, you'll notice it's actually got categories here. And categories, when you have a lot going on, categories is a great thing to use to say this is the type of work I'm doing within different priorities. Categories is found up here. If I just drop that down and you go down to the very, very bottom where it says all categories. Your list won't necessarily be a list like this. I've set this one up to be very, very specific to my type of work and the things I'm overseeing. For you, you might have a different list. So let's say I set up a new category. Click on new. I'll call it business development. Let's say I give it the color of something fiery and red, and I press OK. And I press OK. What I've just done is put that task in the category of business development. If I go down to this one, prepare report, let's say I call that admin. And I'll do one more example. Pick up dry cleaning. Let's say I call that, that's really admin as well. So let's say, for example, I call that part of customer service. Sounds good. So you can see there I've got it in priority, and I've also got the categories mixed in over here. What I'm going to do is one more step. I'm going to group it by category underneath priority there. So watch that. See, it's grouped by priority and then by category. And within that, I can actually just click that and it sorts within due date. That's a lot of info in one few minute précis there of what you can do with Outlook. But it doesn't make a lot of impact when you see just a few items. It really makes a lot of impact if you have 30, 40 things to do across 5 or 6 different categories in your work or your business, to now say, right, this is the stuff to do with business development, this is the stuff to do with admin, this is the stuff to do with customer service, these are the things that I can delegate to others, these are the things I'll get done myself. And I think that might be more useful for you to cut through what's got to get done. It also helps you batch the different types of work that you're doing. Now I'm working on business development, that's my focus. Now I'm working on admin, that's my focus. One more tiny tip, if it's not too much in one go, if I decide that this item here is actually part of business development, I can simply just drag it up. And it's now been added. It hasn't changed the date or the priority, but it's now been added to the business development category. That helps me think across many, many different areas. And as I say, it lays the groundwork for better delegation down the track. So give that a go and let me know how you go.